Title: Rising from the Ashes. Emily sat in stunned silence as her husband's harsh words echoed in her mind, cutting deeper than any physical blow. Surrounded by her family during a joyful gathering, Daniel's cruel remarks left her feeling small and worthless. In that moment, as snickers rippled through her relatives at her expense, she felt a part of herself shatter, her confidence crumbling under the weight of his disdain. Days turned into weeks of silence and contemplation. Emily felt the sting of humiliation weighing heavily on her heart, but she refused to let it suffocate her spirit. She had always been the supportive wife, catering to every one of Daniel's needs, but now she began to reassess her life. That night had been a turning point. She could choose to remain a victim, or she could rise above it. After much soul-searching, Emily took her first step toward reclaiming her independence. She picked up a dusty old journal and started to write. Each page became a sanctuary where she could express her thoughts and emotions. Writing became a powerful release, a way to process her pain and rediscover the woman she once was. During this period of reflection, Emily reconnected with her family and friends, sharing her struggles openly. To her surprise, she found an outpouring of support. They reminded her of her true worth and encouraged her to pursue her passions. Renewed by their love, Emily began volunteering at a local community center, where she discovered a love for helping others. As she became more involved, Emily also started taking cooking classes, something she had always wanted to do. With each new skill she learned, her self-esteem blossomed. She started inviting friends and family over for dinner, showcasing her culinary talents. Each meal prepared was a mark of her progress, a sign that she was regaining control of her life. Meanwhile, Daniel watched from the sidelines, perplexed by the changes in Emily. He had expected her to spiral into despair, but instead, he saw her blossoming in ways he couldn't have imagined. Little did he know, Emily was gathering momentum, and her spirit was far from broken. Weeks passed, and Emily decided to host a community dinner at the center. She invited local families, including some of her relatives, and prepared a feast to bring everyone together. Daniel was hesitant to attend, unsure of how the evening would unfold. Yet, curiosity got the better of him. He needed to see for himself who this new Emily was. The day of the dinner arrived, and the community center buzzed with joy. The tables were adorned with beautiful decorations, and delicious aromas wafted through the air. Families gathered, laughter filled the space, and Emily moved among the guests with grace and confidence. Daniel's heart sank as he observed her joy and the admiration others showed her. Just then, as Emily stood at the front to give a brief speech, she spotted Daniel in the back of the room. With her heart racing, she took a deep breath, feeling both nervous and empowered. She had been waiting for this moment, not for revenge, but for her own sense of closure. "Thank you all for being here tonight," she began, her voice steady. This was not just about food. It was about community, support, and rediscovering who we truly are. I want each of you to know that no one should ever let anyone dim their light. We all have the power to rise above challenges and create a brighter future. Daniel felt the weight of her words pierce through him, guilt and shame washing over him like a wave. He realized how he had not only hurt Emily, but had also underestimated her strength. The applause grew louder, and he could see genuine admiration reflected in the eyes of those around her, a stark contrast to the embarrassment he had inflicted on her before. After her speech, Emily stepped off the platform, her heart filled with a mixture of emotion. She approached Daniel, who stood frozen in place. "You may not believe in my worth, but I do now," she said firmly. "This is who I am. I will not be diminished anymore." With that, she turned and walked away, greeted by cheers from her friends and family. Daniel felt a hollow ache in his chest as he realized that he had tried to hold her back, only to propel her forward. The humiliation he had caused had transformed into her strength. In the following weeks, Emily continued to flourish in her new life, surrounded by a strong support network that celebrated her achievements. Daniel, on the other hand, was left alone with his regret, watching from a distance as she rebuilt her life into something extraordinary. Emily's journey became a testament to resilience and self-worth, a true reminder that no one could ever dim her light again. She had risen from the ashes to reclaim her life, and in doing so, she inspired many others to do the same.